welcome into a huge week in review here on Sports Radio 810 WHB, brought to you by Bob Allen Ford. We've been spending this week getting ready for the weekend, the AFC Championship game out at Arrowhead, and of course, Chiefs-Bengals has been on all of our minds. There's also been an ankle on all of our minds. How are the Chiefs' offense going to operate? How's Mahomes going to look? These are questions asked to Matt Derrick on the Border Patrol earlier this week, who says this might be an over-my-dead-body type of game for Patrick Mahomes.
In the immortal words of our dear departed friend, Therese Paylor, I think you were going to get a Patrick Mahomes over-my-dead-body game, and I think they get it done this time. I mean, I have been Charlie Brown with the football and Lucy before with this team, and the Bengals beating him at the end, but I think they get it done this time.
We spent a whole lot of time talking about that ankle and that offense for the Kansas City Chiefs, but defensively, Steve Spagnuolo is going to have a lot on his plate. Cynthia Freeland of NFL Network joined us on The Zone this week to talk about what Spags might be cooking up for Burrow and company.
My model doesn't like O-lines that are dicey. It's just the way it goes. It's a low probability situation, even though Joe Burrow's good under pressure. I think this is where we see Spags be like, I'm very good friends with Matthias Kunuka, who played for Steve Spagnuolo when he was a Giant. They won a Super Bowl, and he's like, this is where he thrives. Matthias was like, you think Spags doesn't have something really special planned for those three backup O-linemen? I was like, I hope so. Let's see it.
And then, yes, we had a little time for a little bit of college hoops. Blair Kirchhoff joining the program this week to talk about KU's really crazy in this context 3-game losing streak. That happens to other teams, but it doesn't happen to KU very often. Here's what Blair had to say for what's going wrong at Allen Fieldhouse.
And what is also interesting about this run is it happened when Jalen Wilson's had two of the best games of his career, right? The 38 against K-State and 30 against TCU, and then he went 23 the other night against Baylor. So he's playing like an All-America. But the team around him, not so much.
And there you have it, our week in review with a big weekend just around the corner here on Sports Radio 810 WHB, brought to you by Bob Allen Ford. As always, if you missed any of the shows, any segments, any guests, just check out the podcast links down below or at 810WHB.com, your podcast app of choice, or in the 810 mobile app.
At Bob Allen Ford, we're committed to making a difference in our community. Since April, we've been helping people smile when we give away gift certificates for gas and groceries. As my father always says, all Fords are created equal. It's your dealer that makes the difference.